Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today we are going to take a look into this latest SH Figuarts, the Super Saiyan Trunks Infinite Latent Superpower from the Dragon Ball Z. Before I start, I'd like to talk about this little gift that was given to me from the carousel seller that I buy these trunks for. Thank you so much for this surprise gift. It looks very nice. I haven't seen anything like this even in Japan before. Yup, so you can see from here, who is this guy? Reddit? I can't really tell. But yeah, pretty excited about this. And from here, it seems there is something like for you to put your pant on. Okay, so we have it here. Yeah, looking very nice. I think it's supposed to put it on like this. And it's supposed to hold on to your pen. But looking up close, yeah, I think this is Reddit's if I'm not wrong. I think this is like a pen holder when you put your pen like this, so it looks like the Kamehameha is actually shooting through him. Something like this. Okay, so let's check out the box, and if you have been a collector of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball line, you will be very familiar with this design. It looks good as always, so I hope they don't change that. And my favorite part of the box is always the transparent window whereby you can check out the figure from here. The side of the box, you can see more pictures of the figures, including the hand. And seriously, I don't even know this trunk is being called the Infinite Latent Superpower. And the back of the box, as always, you can see all the beautiful pictures for these trunks. And because this is the Japan version, so there isn't any big stickers right over here. This is rather clean, which is what I like most. So let's get him out. Okay, so this is the Super Saiyan Trunks right out of the box, and the moment I took him out, I can't resist but to admire the beautiful face. I think they have made a major improvement on the facial expression this time, and of course with all the linings being drawn on his face, it makes him look so much more like in the manga. But first of all, let's check out the body. Yeah, I think this one is pretty much the same as always. Yeah, they didn't really improve much. I mean, there's still no linings on the armor. Yeah, still very clean, and I think they use a different kind of blue this time is to match up with the Super Saiyan Vegeta that was released few months back. Yeah, so this trunk is something like a match for that Vegeta actually. So I'll do a comparison for you guys later on, so you guys can see what I meant. But it does looks beautiful. This blue is rather nice. I just hope that there is more shadings to it, but unfortunately there isn't. And the yellow hair, the color is slightly more goldish as compared to the previous trunks. And of course, like I say, the face does looks a lot better this time. And next we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always, so he can turn to the left and to the right, looking up just slightly because of his hair. Looking down, yeah, even better. For his arm, I believe he can turn 360 degrees. Moving upwards, slightly hindered by the armor here, but still more than 90 degrees. There is a butterfly joint, yes, and also there is a arm swivels, a double joint elbow, and you can also swivel on his hand. Of course, moving up and down, but just a very slight movement because of his armor again. 2 points of articulations as always, so you can so it's still very tight. You can hear the clicking sound. Yeah. And also at the torso, you can shivers around. Be very careful not to scrape off any paint. And for these tongue-like articulations, yeah, this one will actually improve a lot of the lower part of the body. So you can kick forwards, I believe. Okay, so it's not even 90 degrees, but it's good enough. Kicking backwards is also equally good, I believe. Yep. No, not equally good, but still pretty well. And there is a shivels. Yep, inner shivels. And of course there is a double joint knee, very nice. And whether you can shivels here, nope, there isn't. And his leg is on a joint, so you can actually move it around. And of course there is always the toe hinges as well. Okay, so pretty much the same as the previous trunk. Let's see how I can do a split. Okay, yeah, because of this portion here, so he can't really do a perfect split, but I believe this is good enough. Okay, so wow, this is almost very similar to the previous trunks. And next we'll move on to the accessory. I'll start with the hands as always. So it just comes with a pair of closed fist hands that's already on the figure, a pair of grabbing hands, a pair of open palms hands, a folded arms, and lastly 2 more interchangeable faceplate. One is with the angry grinning teeth and another one with the open mouth. So these are all the accessories that comes from this Super Saiyan trunks. And next I'll show you how to put on some of the accessory onto the figure. Do click on the likes button if you enjoy this review. And for the size comparison, let's compare him with some of the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball that I have. So I have this Super Saiyan Goku, as well as this Super Saiyan Man Son Gohan. And next we'll compare with his father Vegeta. So this is the Vegeta which I was talking about. This trunk is actually made like to pair for this guy, because the previous trunks, as you can see, is rather different, and there is another Vegeta similar to this to pair with this guy. And next we'll compare with the rest of the trunks that I have. So I have this little bit more recent trunks, which is very nicely done and he's bigger than this guy, as well as this smaller version of this trunk. Yeah, so you can see the evolutions of trunks. And I will also compare with this Dragon Ball Super trunks. And let's compare with some other non-Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. I have Black Adam here. Wow, he's like a giant next to him, as well as this Deadpool 2. And lastly, I'd like to compare with some other brands like this Mayfax Cyborg Superman, which is a lot bigger than he is, as well as this recently reviewed Jada Toys Chun-Li. Okay, so my final verdict for these trunks in terms of the overall look, I do think that it looks very much the same as the previous one, except for 3 things. The first one is they improve on the facial, which actually looks much better with the additional linings on it. And the second one is, of course, they change the hair color to a little bit more goldish as compared to the previous one. And the third thing, of course, they changed the blue as well. Okay, so by changing the colors here and there and improving the face, I think he deserves a 3 out of 5. When it comes to the articulation, it's very much the same. They didn't improve anything. I think it's good enough, so I'll just give it a 4 out of 5. And the accessory is very much limited as compared to the previous one, so that will be 2 out of 5. And I think the savior of it is actually they give the folded arm as well, otherwise I think it will be just 1 out of 5. And lastly, of course, is the pricing for this guy. Yes, he is a lot more affordable as compared to the previous one, even though I don't remember how much that cost, but I do believe that this one is a lot more cheaper. So for those of you guys who actually missed the previous one, yes, you need to grab this guy now because he does looks good. So the price, I will give him a 4 out of 5 again. So do you need to get this guy? Yes, if you do not have the previous one, which is this one here, I do think that it's worthwhile to get it since it's a lot more affordable. But if you do have this one like me, and if you don't have the Vegeta, which is this one to pair with, I don't think you need to grab this guy because it's pretty much the same as the previous one, as you can see just now. But of course, if you are big fans of trunks, I do think that you should grab this. No matter how many trunks you have, he just looks pretty good with the improved face there. So yes, I do hope that you enjoy my review, and I certainly hope that it helps you to decide if you should get this guy. And I'll catch you again in my next video. And I hope you'll watch this video right over here.